Mic check 1 2. YouTube, what's good? It's Nerve here with a build video for God of War Ragnarok. Now this build is insane. If you like crowd control, if you like staggering bosses, or you just like doing big flashy moves, this build can do all of that and more. What is this build that I speak of, you ask? Some call this the Cooldown luck build, but me personally, I like to call this the Mystic Spartan build, just because that sounds a bit cooler. So let's first take a look at our armor pieces. For the chest, we want to use the Give to Matters breastplate for its Fortune's Refresh perk and also its high luck stat. With Fortune's Refresh, you have a moderate luck chance to instantly restore 70% of a runic attack or relic's cooldown. Now you might think that you need tons of luck to get this perk to proc frequently, but I found that even with 120 luck, when my armor pieces weren't as high leveled, it was still activating at a pretty good rate. For the arms and waist, I went with the spiritual wraps and spiritual belt, which you can craft from the blacksmiths as you progress in the story. These pieces have good defense and cooldown stats, and also have the arcane refresh perk, which has a low luck chance to restore some cooldown to your runic attacks as you use your melee attacks. With one spiritual armor piece, the cooldown restored is 10%, but with two spiritual pieces, it's 20% cooldown restored. This means that we can potentially mix in some other armor pieces, but I'll come back to that later. Next, let's look at our amulet. For our amulet slots, we want to use the Asgard set because of its set bonus to increase the damage of all Kratos' weapon attacks based on our cooldown. So this is awesome if you like using the Flame Whiplash and Frost Awaken attacks like me. Now with the remaining 6 slots on our amulet, we have a few choices. Since we have high luck stats on this build, we can use the Vanaheim set, which will further increase your melee damage on status afflicted enemies based on your luck. But as you're playing through the game, you'll find that a lot of the luck scaling equipment comes later in the game. So as an alternative, since we also have high defense on this build, we can use the Svartalheim set, which will boost your stun based on your defense, or the Niflheim set, which will increase your melee damage when you are above 75% health, also based on your defense. One of the things that I love about this build is that while it is focused on your runic attacks primarily, it's not like you're just going to be spamming them all the time. You'll still need to hit your parries and do your melee combos to get the most out of it, so the Niflheim and Svartalheim sets can help you out there as well. Another enchantment that you want to look out for is the Seal of Runic Storm. This is an enchantment that you can get for completing the Burning Skies favor in the Vanaheim crater, and its perk is incredible. Basically, if you use 3 runic attacks from all 3 of your weapons quickly enough, you'll release a storm of Bifrost around you that will help you deal a ton of damage to your enemies. That synergizes perfectly with this build because we have such low cooldown. I haven't even gotten this enchantment yet, so I can't show it off here, but I've seen some other players do crazy damage with the Seal of Runic Storm. Moving on to the weapon attachments. For the axe, we have the Grip of the 9 Realms, which drops from the Berserker Hjalti the Stolid in Alfheim. This attachment is bonkers, because not only does it boost your runic, cooldown, and luck stats, just look at that perk. Look at that perk. Activating Glacial Permafrost will trigger a Realm Shift. That is incredible for boss fights or if you're in a pinch in general. That's going to give you a free window to get some big damage off. And I'm going to skip to our relic real quick, because after you've completed the Creatures of Prophecy mission in the story, you'll get the Hilt of Hofud, which will also give you a realm shift that you can use on command. This synergizes with your Give to Matter breastplate, so you'll be severely reducing the cooldown on this if the chestplate's perk activates, which is super useful. For our blades, we're using the Luminous Recovery handles, which further boost our cooldown and luck, and have the Whiplash Refresh perk, which has a moderate luck chance to grant a blessing of cooldown on your Flame Whiplash attacks. This synergizes with our Asgard Amulet set, so we're getting boosted damage on Scorched Sweep and Scorched Earth, which is honestly probably the best move in the game. For our spear, we have the Hind of Weightless Recovery, which boosts our luck and also gives you a chance to grant a blessing of cooldown. And lastly, for our shield, we have the Rod of Expedition, which gives even more cooldown, both on our stats and with the chance to grant a blessing of cooldown on any parry or when interrupting double blue ring attacks. And that's pretty much it for this build, but I do want to revisit the arm piece at some point because the Berserker Gauntlets would grant you more cooldown on your relic specifically, but you don't have access to that armor piece until after you complete the story, which I have not done because I'm having so much fun with this amazing game. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more build videos. Personally, this is my favorite build in the game thus far, and as you can see in these clips, it just wrecks. I'm planning on dropping a ton of boss fight videos showing off this build, so stay tuned. With that being said, peace out.